Hello, this is RICKY, the Android guy. Alright guys, so today I'm doing the Android cast, and it's just a rebuttal that I had meant to do a while back, and that was to Mr. Joe Belfiore. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. But when they first launched the Windows 8 phone, he had said some interesting things, and he said, that all Androids look alike, and it's hard to tell between all the Androids and all the iOS devices out there. And they put like all these Androids and iPhone out on the same table, and like, oh look, you can barely tell them apart. So here's the thing: you can really barely tell. Like I wouldn't be talking basically. So Windows 8 phones, if you look at the Lumias as well as the HTC 8X, they look the same. They look the freaking same. You cannot, if you held them far apart, besides their colors and everything like that, like that's supposed to be some magical new thing. Like, companies like Samsung that are smart, they've been doing different colors of their phones for a while now. The international version of the Galaxy S3 comes in black, brown, red, blue, of course, and pink. There's all these different colors. So, I wouldn't talk like for the color thing, it's not that intuitive. Besides, all of your things look identical. And it's not like, oh, you can do a different color on yours so it makes it look different. Yeah, I like how the Androids you displayed didn't actually have widgets on them or had like one widget. Android is completely more dynamic in comparison to Windows 8. If you want a phone to completely look different, it would be on an Android, not a Windows 8 phone. Windows 8 phones look identical to each other. The only one, again, that looks a little bit different is the Samsung Ativ, I believe it's called. Yeah. So that one is really the one that looks different, and that's because it looks more similar to a Galaxy S3. Samsung brought a little style to Windows 8, whereas Nokia and Lumia have just brought the same. Or sorry, Nokia's Lumia 928, 822, as well as the HTC 8X look like the same damn thing. And yes, they come in different colors, but if you have the same color of those phones, they look identical to each other. Not to mention their icons, there's only so many tiles you can put on there that won't still look that different because everyone's going to have a dialer tile, everyone's going to have a messaging tile, everything like that. Whereas on Android, I can have an entire messaging widget, and that's how mine look different. So, and the funny thing is that he says like tiles are the future and live tiles are superior. No, they're not. They're not superior at all in comparison. I'll give you a very, very easy explanation of why they're not. So let's say mail, email. You have an email widget and you have an email live tile. Email live tiles tell you how many emails you have, and that's about it. You might get a preview of one or two of your emails in your inbox, mainly just telling you the title of it, and that's about it. They won't even go into depth of like your paragraph, of course. However, an email widget can display every email you have right on the home screen. You can also even do not only your inbox, but say if you wanted a specific folder that you have for a specific person, you can have that be the widget. So it's a lot more customizable, and it's not so limited as to only seeing the number on the widget. It shows you the number as well as everything else. So this guy, I give him credit. He's a good marketer and he's doing with what he can. But I take offense when he points out something like Android is similar to iOS. No, no, no. In terms of customization, it goes iOS. Well, actually, I don't know. With BlackBerry, I don't know where it's going to fall in there, but we're just going to leave BlackBerry out of this. Who knows? They still have to wait till next year. It goes iOS, Windows, Android. And there's no if, ands, or buts about that. Live tiles are nothing compared to widgets. They're a better version of iOS. I definitely give them credit for that. They actually have some customization, and I do like the concept. But to say that they're on par or even close to to Android is just ridiculous. And again, I get what he was trying to do, but I think you're reaching a little too much there, Joe. So yeah, that was my reply to Joe's comments on Meet Windows Phone 8, or yeah, Meet Windows Phone 8. The he tried a little too hard. He overreached his step, and sorry, Joe, you really can't compete. Alright guys, well, that was my rebuttal to that. This has been an Android cast, and this has been RICKY, the Android Guy.